Hey guys, there's a couple of different techniques out there that will make you more money than anything else in the ebook. These are included in the ebook. I'm going to give you an overview. Obviously, you're still going to need to have scripts and how to approach these things, documentation and paperwork. But I wanted to let you know that there are techniques and methods being used, methodologies being used right now, at least by some of the people that have really gotten good at this, ourselves included, that no one else is going to tell you about. First one is the tattletale method. Now, we fell into this one completely by mistake. What happens is you want to buy, what you want to do is you want to find a deal where, let's say there's only a $3,000 judgment against the property or against the individual prior to the foreclosure. Okay, and then there's a mortgage for 50 grand after that, or a lien after that for $50,000, and there's $20,000 in surplus funds. Well, normally we wouldn't go after something as low as $3,000. Why? Well, our fixed costs are too high, and I mean, paying for an attorney and that, it's going to kill your profit. So how the heck do you go after this? Well, let's say that was a judgment, that person in first position. What we do on that judgment is I'll buy a $3,000 judgment, something I normally wouldn't have touched. I could probably get that for anywhere from, good Lord, $300, $400, if not less. So let's say I buy that for $300. Well, then what I'll do is I'll record that assignment of judgment, I'll put that in the file, and I will call that mortgage company that's next in line and say, hey, by the way, there's 20, if they won't deal with me, they won't pay me a referral, I'll say, by the way, there's 20,000, it's sitting in there in surplus funds, you guys have a $50,000 mortgage, or a lien holder, let's say, the lien holder, you've got a $50,000 lien, you put a pull in, the guy never paid you, go collect your money. Well, what's going to happen? Well, the court's going to contact me when they go to make their petition and say, you might have an interest in this money, what do you want us to do about it? And I respond back, as long as I get paid my $3,000, my position is in front of the other person, as long as I paid my $3,000 or whatever it's worth now, judgments accrue interest, let's say it's $3,000, as long as I get paid that, I don't care. I get my $3,000, you guys can have it. Well, what just happened? I made $2,700 and I didn't have to hire an attorney. The mortgage company hired the attorney, went to petition for the funds, did the title research, realized we were first in line, notified us, and we said, sure, you can have the money after you pay us what we're due. Great technique. You can do that on your own, costs next to nothing. Okay. The other way you can do that, so what you're doing is you're buying the first in line and making the second pay for the attorney and do all the heavy lifting for you, which is great. The second thing is let it expire. Now here's what happens if people don't understand with surplus funds. If they finally wrap their head around the fact that mortgages are not kicked out, the debt is not kicked out by the foreclosure. Let's say it's a second mortgage against the property. They say, oh, it's kicked out. Oh, no, it's not. They have a claim to the money in front of the claimant. So they're still viable. What they don't understand is the status of that debt. It is no longer a mortgage. Why? Because it's or a deed of trust. Why? It's no longer collateralized against the house. It's still debt, it still has a claim in front of the ex-owner, but what people don't understand is what it becomes. In most instances, it becomes like a promissory note. What does that mean? That means 10 years from the time the person made their last payment, which is usually about a year before the foreclosure even happened, 10 years from that date, that debt is erased. It's erased, guys. So what can you do? You can buy debt that's 8, 9 years old for next to nothing. You can tell the owner the truth, which is, by the way, not debt, I'm sorry, what you're doing is you're buying their claim. You can buy that for next to nothing and tell them the truth. Look, there's a mortgage behind it, I'm taking a risk in buying this. There's $20,000, you can check the case yourself, go do the title work, find out, you'll see that the mortgage company's entitled. I'll give you $250 for that, or $500, whatever it is. Well, now wait until it expires a year later, and what just happened? The claim from the mortgage company is no longer valid. So for $300, $500, I bought $20,000 in surplus funds, and I just had to wait a year until I could go collect it. That's strong. Now you need to have them assign, not assign, but have them work with the power of attorney, with your attorney, get a power of attorney with your attorney, and you need to get them to sign some different documents. All that's in the ebook. But guys, that's retirement money. You can buy stuff out in advance for next to nothing. They can even go check and see if it's there, and bang, you can go collect the money. Okay. Thanks for taking a look. There's some more information we're going to get into. You can also check the facts page, and I appreciate you stopping by.